Okay, so funniest thing just happened before recording. But before I get into that, let's do my little high act of kindness. To be honest, last night I tried watching a movie, to actually do a movie today, but I fell asleep, so yeah, I stopped. But I will get to doing that movie at some point. My high is, family time. We got to spend the day with my mom and dad. Last night we had dinner. I had dinner with my folks, obviously, but also my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephews. That was great. They just come back from ice skating. It was awesome. It was a wonderful day all around. And my act of kindness was helping the adults watch the nephews as we were having dinner. Seriously, the twins are already 3. And one is acting so bad you'd think it was the Terrible Twos. So, there you go. And then my father's like, "You're too young for the Terrible Twos." I was talking to my youngest one, the one who's about 1.5 at the moment. Not to mention, if you're not looking, they'll play pranks, like put stuff in someone's drink or something, like ketchup and stuff. Boys will be. I know the phrase "boys will be boys," but if I did anything remotely like that, I'd never hear the end of it from my folks. And my behind would probably not be white anymore. Let's put it that way. So, again, happy Sunday, everyone. So again, funniest thing happened before I press record. At the moment, I'm actually feeling really hot. I actually just finished making breakfast. I wanted to do this video before I eat. Because, it teaches patience, for starters. But, at this point, I'm hot. I took a cold shower, still hot. So, it's 20, 30 degrees outside. Leaving the window open for a little bit won't feel so bad. So I tried opening my windows, right? And no kidding, just as I was about to press record earlier, some guy was just yelling profanities out the window. I don't know who that person is. I don't know where it was coming from. All I know is that I was not about to let you guys hear profanities that are not coming from me. Okay? If I'm doing let me do the cursing if there is any in the video, alright? Don't worry, I'll warn you guys if I have to do that, right? Seriously, I've actually been really good about, not cursing in my videos. I haven't done, a dog walker and not say the F-bomb for an entire year. Although I will admit, so far, I haven't said the F-bomb in any of my videos. This whole year. In all 2023, I've yet to say the F-bomb once. So, I think I'm doing pretty good. Ooh, that'd be a nice little challenge for myself. Look, you really think that not saying the F-bomb really is easy, and to some degree it is, but you gotta remember, a year is a long time. Not to mention, you don't know what's gonna happen between videos that could potentially make me, in utter rage, So far, no F-bombs have been dropped. I'm doing good with that. I can't believe we're actually almost at the end of the 100 days. I did the video number for yesterday, day 1785, or 1885, 18's great. Now I forgot the number it was. I do know that the state of my being addressed should be coming in March. At the moment, I forget when. So, okay, I really need a solid answer from people, please. Because, growing up, if I was I think I'm really per se, but doing, kid stuff at the dinner table, there would be at least some adult to scold me, whether it was, my mom or my dad or, you know, maybe an aunt or an uncle of mine would do that, or my grandfather, God rest his soul. And so last night, I forget what, you know what it was? It was because one of the twins wanted more bread and butter. When not only did he already have bread and butter, but his dinner was already in front of him. They got chicken fingers and fries, and because my brother and sister-in-law go to the buffet, they share some of their pasta with them. Seriously, if you ever go to Sorge's, get the capitati. Get the capitelli. They're really good. But I just said, well, you already have food in front of you. And then, like, I mean, my brother and sister-in-law didn't care. My mom, on the other hand, though, like, she went totally ballistic. Not totally ballistic on me. She made her feelings known, like, later after the fact. But, like, what I did was no different than what adults who weren't my parents would do to me. So, maybe it's because, you know, I'm obviously not a parent myself, so maybe I wouldn't know this. But is there like some sort of disconnect to like how much you should let the parents parent until, for lack of a better analogy, outside forces, you know, sort of show up and help out or stuff like that? Because I swear, like, there were plenty of times growing up, I had plenty of people who weren't my parents tell me what to do regarding how to act at the dinner table, and, you know, I didn't see them get yelled at. So, well, then again, my mom was also mad about something else too, because, okay, so when we all go to church, my brother and my sister-in-law with the boys sit in the way back, okay? And it's because the boys are just too unruly to be up front. So, they're one of those groups of people that, you know, leave after receiving communion. So they already were at Sorge's for about 10, 15 minutes before we arrived. So we all get there. All 8 of us are there. And, you know, we get our menus, and my father and I already know what we're going to order. My mom, on the other hand, not entirely so much. But just when she's about to order, she noticed that, you know, the boys were being impatient and they really wanted something to eat. So before we could actually get the order, like, my mom asked, can we get bread and butter? Like, we're just about to order, and they're going to give us bread and butter. Because the way Sorge's does it, they give you bread and butter, like, after you order your food. You know, literally same things would happen to my brother and I when they were trying to teach us patience. But, again, like, I need help solving a disconnect. You know? I mean, look, a mishap like this I know for a fact a mishap like this doesn't in any way, shape, or form consider me like a bad uncle or anything like that at all. Because, you know, in the end, I thought I handled myself okay. I mean, I didn't yell at the boys. I didn't scold them. You know, I just said, you know, you have food in front of you. And again, my mom was upset with, okay, maybe I didn't handle myself that well when my mom ordered bread right when we were about to order food. See, personally, I have a bad experience with my mom taking forever to order and doing stuff like ordering food before we could actually order ourselves. Because, okay, straight up, this happened like in 2016. Like, we're all at the Switzerland Inn, right? And it's my family and my sister-in-law's family. And we're all at the Switz, and I was really looking forward to having a steak dinner. Because, you know, I'm marathon training and everything. You know, I need protein, I need steak dinner. So, like, 3 times over the span of actually more than 5 times over the span of 20 minutes, our waitress arrives, and everyone except for my mom was ready to order. Partly because she had no idea what she wanted to order, but also instead of actually, taking the time to look at the menu, she's talking to everybody around her. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for social interaction at dinner time, but we were all waiting to order, and we're waiting on her. So, after about 20 minutes, she finally is ready to order. And so, they get to me. So, just as I order my steak, they said, "I'm sorry, we're out of the prime rib tonight." Man, I tell you what. Like, I was mad at my mom for that. Cause it's one of those times where not only was I mad, but everyone who saw my expression was on my side. Because, come on, we waited 20 minutes to order food. And you're taking forever to do that, it wasn't a total loss. If you've been watching me, you know that while the prime rib is what I'll always order for the special at the Sweats, my plan B is the open-faced prime rib sandwich, so I had that. And so technically I did have steak. A big steak on its own will trump a steak sandwich. Just because, it's not that it was a thin piece of meat, but, it's what you would see on a normal steak sandwich, Plus, you got mushrooms, onions, and bacon. So, again, it was I did have a good dinner that night, but, it's just a huge missed opportunity. Man, I tell you what, though, 2016, that was a total summer of, weeks I just couldn't get my steak dinner, either because we took so long to either get there or order our food, or both, that they run out. Don't you hate that? You're like, man, I did my part. And 2016 was not a very good year for me. It was not. When people were complaining how bad 2013 was, I think, 2014 and 2016 were 2013 for me. Let's be real. None of those years are going to be as bad as 2020 for obvious reasons. But, there was just one bad thing happening to me, one bad thing happening after another. Sometimes I forget how long I've been doing videos too. Because I mentioned 2016. I didn't even think about doing videos then. I did, well, that's not true. I did sort of think to do that a little. I just wouldn't know what I would do. And then, I just felt so depressed after, 26. Actually, that reminds me, 2017 started horribly. Literally second, 12 o'clock and 1 second, 2017 was already a bad year. How is that possible, you ask? Okay, so this is back when I was living with my parents. And if you remember, 2016, that was a hot year. A really hot year. This is December 31st, and it's 45 degrees outside. Now, I'm in my room, and I'm actually pretty hot. So, I open my window. The heat isn't on the heat isn't even on in the house either. I'm just really hot. So, I open my window. So all of a sudden, my parents, walk in at, 11:58 for whatever reason. And basically, my old man is yelling at me for, the next, however long the rest of 2016 was. I missed the ball drop because of my father yelling at me over something as stupid as leaving a window open. A window to my room. When I was feeling hot. In a lot of ways, I guess I am glad I never started making videos. I'm glad I didn't start making videos until a year later. Because I don't think I would have been in the proper mindset to do it. I can make an argument that even back in 2018, well, I'm never in the right mindset to do this. Who am I kidding? But I still do it. Plus, I mean, come on, I've been doing this for almost 2,000 days. I'm having fun. And that's something that no one is taking away from me. So, I mean, again, last night was probably just like, not even a blip on the radar in terms of anything bad happening. Seriously, so far in 2023, hold on. '23's been a pretty solid year. And maybe I'm counting my chickens before they hatch, but right now, you know, I think I'm pretty solid. You know, with just a couple days before Mardi Gras and Lent. You know, that's like Lent is the first major time of year for me. I mean, technically it isn't, but I like to, I do that to myself. That's on me. But yeah, these last like 6 weeks have been pretty chill. 6-7 weeks have been pretty chill. I like it. Let's hope this keeps up for the remainder of the year. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms on YouTube. I'm very home this video for all of you guys watching Joe today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm going to be here to lend you. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.